down. But so we're doing a live stream. I'm talking to Misty. Misty is out here trying to pick up whatever she can salvage because she had everything taken from her. So this is from the sweep that Denver did this week on these people along the South Platte. So I just happened to come over here because I wanted to see how well they cleaned it up. And they really didn't. So anyway, Misty, you talked to the press on Tuesday. You talked to the only guy that was escorted in here by the fire chief.
I still have his card.
Very good. Because they kept everybody out. They roadblocked the whole area. They wouldn't let they let select people come in and help. Hey, Bohica. And I didn't even know you were in here. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to get more help in here for you guys.
It was one of those, there's actually a fireman that apologized to me and John for what happened. Because when I was giving that interview with the editor, the campers had been given 72 hours, and then the people in the tents were given until Wednesday, from what I know.
What about you? So they were here on Friday to give those 72-hour notices on the camper.
I didn't hear about it. I didn't hear about the campers until Saturday night.
Uh-huh.
And I think it was Sunday, I ended up finally having my own tent because Cowboy wouldn't give me back my tent. Lee booked the night before.
So you were in a tent. You were in a tent Tuesday morning when they showed up.
I wasn't, fortunately, I wasn't in the tent Tuesday morning. I was down at the turnaround by the side of the river at the little clearing known as Outlaws Camp. But,
so did they let you come in here?
No.
No. Did you tell them your stuff was in here?
Yep, I came up, and at the gates, I was told by a police officer, go back. You can't come this way. Just go back.
Yep.
Go back.
Yeah.
And I ended up going across the river to where the few campers that had gotten out were. Most people, if they had like more than one camper, only got one of them out.
Right.
What I ended up having to do is I had to ditch my bike at the campers at Lance's camper, and I walked across the river and down, and then back up on the bank, and had to wait until.
So you literally had to sneak back in here,
and
because
if I wanted to do it during daylight, otherwise I would have had to wait until night. But I had to come up the bank.
They wouldn't let you in down here on Dartmouth?
Not off Dartmouth, not down there, not at the business, not the area, like the cushion outlet.
Yeah.
Like up to the Shell station, couldn't get in through there.
Yeah.
Pretty much for 2 days straight, the only way to get in, unless they okayed you to come in, like unless they saw you leave and then come back.
So you talked, where did you talk to the reporter? He was in here when you talked to him.
Fortunately, it was near John Vegas's tent.
Uh-huh.
A little bit farther up
So
that
you
way.
had snuck in by then?
Yeah, I had.
Up the riverbank.
Found out that they had taken my tent, the bags I had left, personal belongings I had left, stuff that had taken me a couple of weeks to collect to begin with, from a debacle with a couple of campers that direction, and I still haven't recovered everything of that. I'd barely gotten some of it back, got it into my tent finally, and then lo and behold, they came in ahead of schedule according to the firemen that they had given us warning, but they came in early. It didn't go the way it was supposed to go, and everything I had was gone. And they didn't collect it and put it into storage like they said they were going to. They straight put it in dump trucks and compacted it.
Yep.
And like I tried to collect clothes that anybody would give me. I mean, it's down to the point where that red sleeping bag is all the clothes I have. Pretty much what you see right here is what I have. Aside from like a backpack and a metal box that Peter is holding on to for me. And then whatever I managed to find along here to make into something. I spent the day trying to get another tent, trying to get blankets, clothes. Fell asleep for about 2-3 hours with John under our tarps. He had a grocery cart, and I had a couple of luggage bags that people had given me. Put our tarps together. Fell asleep for
This is bullshit.
2 or 3 hours.
This is such
Woke
bullshit.
up to the police shining their flashlight in my eyes, telling me it's 7 a.m. You have until 9 a.m. to leave, to get the rest of your belongings and get out, otherwise be arrested.
That was Wednesday morning.
At exactly 7, and freaking every half hour, an officer would drive by on the loudspeaker saying, "You have until 9 a.m. to collect your belongings and get out. You are down to an hour and 33 minutes."
Wow. Was
And
it like
that
being in a
an hour.
concentration camp?
It was.
Did any of you stand up for yourselves? Did any of you tell
Oh,
those
yeah.
cops to go get fucked?
Oh, yeah. Like Puma definitely did. Puma kept going off, and pretty much all of his stuff is.
Oh, that's why Puma lost all his stuff too. Yeah, he was one of the first ones for his shit to be scooped up, probably because he was, exercising his First Amendment rights. Did anybody else?
Well, it was the day after for him
I
that
know.
he started yelling and screaming, and I. Like,
Did anybody get any video in here at all?
They didn't give us enough chance to.
did. Jody did?
Joey?
Did she?
No, I don't think anybody got any video, which is a shame because they were harassing the hell out of you.
These buildings got
So-
cameras.
Yeah, Misty, what are you missing?
Oh, clothing, jewelry box, pliers, screwdrivers, my actual glasses. These are a pair that happen to work pretty well, but they're not my actual glasses.
Lost your tent?
My tent, tarp, blankets, couple of pairs of shoes, a couple of pairs of Nikes that were given to me, and a purple velvet notebook that had my mom's artwork in it. And she died back in 2014. And her poetry, my sister's poetry.
I know how connected you are with trying to stay at peace out here. You've given me, some beautiful jewelry. We've talked before, and I don't know what to say. I am so pissed off that I'm gonna make sure that this wrong gets righted, and I promise you that.
I appreciate it.
And
Anything I can do to help, because, I'm one of the, quote, newbies, in my opinion, compared to so many people. So many
Yeah.
people who've gone through this before, but, they've lost things that, their grandfathers or their grandfathers from World War II
oh yeah,
gave them.
people have lost a lot of stuff through these. A lot.
We're not talking thousands or tens of thousands of dollars. We're talking hundreds of thousands. Even
Oh, the tools alone out here that got confiscated, that shit is highly questionable. Highly.
And I went to the place where they're supposed to pick up shit. They don't have it.
Did you go to Inglewood?
Yep.
I took Cowboy downtown yesterday. They don't have anything. They admitted on camera they only stored stored stuff for 3 people, and Marjorie was one of them. MJ was one of them.
It was supposed to be.
They lied. They got caught. They got caught. This is bullshit. I don't give a shit why you're out here, where you've been, where you haven't been. I don't care. What they did was wrong.
Guaranteed, if you were to interview just about every person, medical records, pretty much all of them are disabled.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise,
Oh, yeah.
Why would so many of us be on?
And the
Why would
vets.
so many of us be on food stamps and
On the streets
AND
with no
and
housing.
disability.
I know.
It's not only, you know,
Oh, you mean?
it's like a crime against humanity, but it's more like a crime against the disabled, in my opinion.
Well, it's a crime to exist.
Yeah. Oh, you're
It's
breathing?
not a crime
You're
for.
breathing my air.
It's not a crime for me to exist because I have a house.
And I pay taxes and I have a job.
Yeah, but it's a
more-
crime for you to exist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that way. You
Oh,
know better than that.
I know that.
Yeah.
But we're
Yeah, we're
devil's
playing
advocate.
exactly.
If you're breathing my air, I pay for the air.
These signs.
Hey,
Yeah.
they got all these banded buildings. Okay?
Oh, I know.
All right.
Abandoned buildings, parking lots
You know,
that the city owns.
I left Monday night and there was a gate and I was thinking, oh well, that's new. That's kind of funny. I come back and there's crime scene tape.
Uh-huh.
We were told that it was because it's a fire hazard.
Uh-huh.
And we were told it's because of all the needles, but how many fucking needles got freaking left? How many
I haven't-
hazardous materials got left?
Yeah, I mean, I
There's a
have-
whole bunch of shit.
They, you know.
Oh, there's caps.
Mr. Woody, the guy that gave me a ride with my bike frame.
Pastor
told me that
Woody.
he called
Who is
and to
Pastor
get it- to
Woody?
get the- well,
What do you look like?
An older gentleman. It sounded southern. I think either blue or brown eyes, white facial.
Like a
hair.
beard?
Yeah.
White beard? An older guy?
A newer
And he
newer
had you?
SUV, but his
There's a
passenger.
rapist running around.
Yeah, and he had you in his vehicle?
Well, there was also the passenger guy, the light blue-eyed, chiseled jaw. Gotta be that baby.
And did they say they're from the church?
No, didn't say anything about from the church, but he did say
That he was Father
well,
Woody.
You have good Samaritans that are willing to stop and help you, and well, I must also admit to you that it is because of me. I am somebody that called to have the river cleaned up because
Really?
it's not right for the people who are riding on the bike path. Because you guys are pissing and shitting everywhere along the bank, and it's just not right for the people riding the bike path to see that kind of thing. I was like, well, there were 2 porta potties,
Uh-huh.
and then they took them away.
Uh-huh.
And the day that they first bulldozed, they brought in a porta potty and a sink. with
Guess who brought
sanitizer.
that in? Me.
Look where it is now.
Gone.
So if it's about sanitation, if it's about
Exactly.
what's right, what's wrong, what's
You're
safe,
exactly
what's
right,
unsafe,
Missy.
Who's making that judgment call? Who's deciding and who's yanking all the damn decisions? Because
You're absolutely right.
it's just above and beyond ridiculous.
It is. And it's inhumane. It's cruel.
Yeah, it's cruelty.
Wasn't
Not
the
cruelty
way
to
to
animals,
handle it?
Because we're definitely not animals. It's cruelty to
Humanity. I get it.
everybody has been feeling as if the police department has declared a war on the homeless.
Oh, they absolutely have. They absolutely have.
It's disgusting, flat out. I'll say it, no other terms. It's disgusting. How would you want somebody to treat your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your cousin,
Thank you.
your best friend this way? Guaranteed, if you would ask each and every one of those officers, fire department, and the volunteers that came in to help clean.
Volunteers. They were
Yeah,
volunteers?
The second day, there were people, I don't know what companies they were with.
Uh-huh.
They came in to help clean up. We're laughing and joking and
Of course they
and
were.
I'm like, don't you have a little bit of decency?
No, they don't.
Just decency. It's if you were us, would you want somebody to go laughing and joking and
They have
making-
zero understanding.
making it a humorous event? Because it's not fucking funny.
Yeah.
I technically been homeless only since like April,
Yeah.
roughly, but at the same time, what the fuck?
I know.
Who the fuck do these people think they are? And if you tell me government and legislation and mayors and all that, my response, eat me.
Misty. I see why I love this girl. We've had some good conversations. She knows what government's all about. So this thing is it's a laminated sheet on the ground. Access restricted, cleanup in progress. Denver Department of Public Health and Environment. The executive director has found that the area defined below presents public and environmental health risks due to unsafe conditions associated with pest activity, harborage conditions, human waste, trash accumulation and hazardous materials. Now, they didn't give a shit that these people were living like this for months. They didn't give a shit that we came in here and had a good trash operation situation going. But what they did give a shit about was kicking them out downtown and blowing this camp up. Can somebody tell me why Handicock is designating space in downtown Denver in a residential area when you have this right here in a industrial area? This just was cruelty. So this sign's different than this one. It's stapled to the tree. Notice of violation, order to comply, access restricted. Oh, now here's the fire department. This one is the health department. This one says multiple violations of the Denver Fire Code and hazardous conditions associated with combustible and flammable materials being located or used next to other combustibles. Propane tanks stored with combustible piles, large piles of combustibles, open flame fires, that's bullshit. Electrical hazards, gasoline storage and use. Everything was in approved containers. So the fire department had been out here, being babysitters and told them that all their stuff had to be in approved containers. Oh, look, somebody set that on fire. So the surest way to get these guys to comply is to treat them like this. Piss them off. Tell them they're all worthless. It needed cleaned up. There was no doubt about it. It needed cleaned up. But I guess the best way to do that was to just steal all their shit. Take all their tents, all their blankets. Yeah, sure. That makes perfect sense. So for a cleanup, for a mass cleanup, Denver, you did a shit job. Here's all these signs. How come they didn't take their trash, Denver? Bunch of shit. You worried about trash. Down here at the very end was the sweetest lady ever. Hey, John, how you doing? Oh, hey, Darlene. Thank you very much. Come back. I made you a mod because you were coming in quite a bit. I really appreciated that. I was sometimes in need of people to post some links and stuff. Annie's garden down here. Look, she even made a little sign. Right? She picked the best spot. No items on fence. Stay off fence. So you put a sign up and that, apparently directs people to climb the fence. But this was Annie's spot right here. She had her RV. Look, she was even taking care of the tree. This little elm shooter. She's trying to grow shade. She's in her RV, taking care of herself, her and her dog, and she had this space immaculate. She had bird feeders in the tree. You can see the bird seed still on the ground. The little birdies are coming and looking for Annie. Nice, huh? Real nice. This is how we treat people. I talked to Annie Friday night after Denver B-team pulled in here and gave them notice, and Annie said that she was going to be okay, is what she told me. And she said she had a place to go. So wherever that is, I hope somebody took care of her, because I don't know where she went. Look, even the... Huh? Yeah. And what's with the no parking signs on the fence back there? There's some down there. Towards the other end. the grass is even growing here. Look, I guarantee you she planted this. And it's dead because it didn't get water. Here's a plant tag from Rosemary. Annie. Oh, I was just talking about Annie's garden. This is the plant tag. She planted some rosemary. She had this all set up real nice. And she doesn't matter either, you know.
You know where she's at, right?
Huh?
You know where she's at, right?
I do not. She did not tell me where she is. You know where she's at?
I know where her daughter lives. Her sister lives.
Yeah, but where did Annie go?
Annie went off
Look at this drainage system.
Florida.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, don't say anymore though, because I'm doing live stream, but I do want you to tell me where eventually. Look, who did this little drainage system?
That's Valley.
Aw. Right there.
That's for a shower.
That was for a shower?
Yeah, we had a shower.
You did? You had a shower right here? Seriously. I did not know that. You had it hidden well. Aw. Wow. What happened to the composting toilet?
Over here?
Yeah. They
it.
took it? Yeah, great. They took it. Get all these signs posted on the telephone poles. All the city officials had a sign making party apparently. Yeah, so this is a pretty horrible place to designate some camping space. I mean, look at this. They're next to this power plant that pollutes the river. I mean, there's all kinds of pollution over here in the river. So all this bullshit about the homeless polluting the river, I'm done. It never sat with me. It's never true. It was never true. It was a simple solution, porta potties. That's it. And then you got the Inglewood Service Center back here. You know, they're so important. They couldn't possibly show up to work and have to look at the homeless. And I'm sure no one could help these people manage trash, right? No one. Trust me, we had lots and lots of off-camera conversations about trash. And we had it under control until Denver blew up the camp downtown. And then that's when it went out of control. And Denver didn't give a shit. They stopped picking up the trash. The parks guys would have trash picked up every now and again. You can't have people and no services. Like somebody said the other day, this really smart guy I met, look, Denver, you cannot call yourself a sanctuary city and not provide the services. Okay, see you later. Oh, these are the two signs just posted everywhere. Notice of violation, order to comply, access restricted. When did they put this shit up? After they showed up? Cleanup in progress, access restricted. What does this mean? That you can't go past the pole? I mean, what does this mean, Denver? Oh, it means you tried to look like you were doing your job? Misty! One little clarification I wanted to get from you. Look at her, just loading up a freaking wheelbarrow. You said that one of the firefighters apologized to you.
Yeah.
Who was it?
I didn't think to get his name. You talked to the editor.
Was he the guy with the reporter that came in here?
Not that I know of.
Because he was the fire chief, or the whatever.
From what I know, he was just a random fireman that saw me giving an interview.
And he apologized?
Yeah, him and one other,
A cop? What do you apologize for?
That
Hey, Ed.
it didn't go the way it was supposed to, that it didn't go like that it shouldn't have happened the way it happened.
Uh-huh.
That it like happened earlier than it was supposed to.
Uh-huh.
They should have been given more. That they were given us the 72 hours or certain amount of time, but they came in ahead of schedule.
So he was admitting that they fucked up and apologizing for it.
If you talk to the editor guy, I'm pretty sure he might have gotten him in like edge of one of the pictures, because it was.
Go around! This the aggression out here. But we are standing in the road, so whatever. We can't stand over here.
Many rumors going around about me that are also pleasurable.
Well,
And lies.
you need to be careful, okay?
I know.
So I will see you a little bit later. We talked about that, okay? Do you want me to take that blue container, Puma?
That would be awesome idea.
I can do that. Will that save you a trip?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Lord knows,
I don't
I
have...
don't want to be out here on the.
Yeah, so you need to get back over there where you'll be safe, okay?
Yeah, that's where I'm headed now.
Okay, I'll be watching.
Okay.
All right, Misty, it was good talking to you. I'll talk to you in a few. You're welcome. So I've had a lot of conversation with her. She's not safe out here. But she's not getting the treatment she needs either. So, since I'm not a doctor, and since I'm not 10 of me, I can't get her where she needs to go because I can't get her to be where she needs to be when I need to get her where she needs to go. You know, because the coalition, they're doing great things. They're helping. There's lots of resources. Denver's helping. Their case managers are just helping. Helping. This is how they're helping people. They're helping them all right. But you notice how they take care of each other? I mean, they really take care of each other. Thanks, Darlene. I really appreciate it. So anyway, this is the aftermath of the camp that they said that they were only gonna move the RVs, gave them 72-hour notice. I didn't think it was an absolutely horrible idea. I was a little flabbergasted that they were trying to claim they were abandoned vehicles. And so I'm pretty sure that since they got called out a little bit. They probably thought, you know what, screw it, let's just wipe them all out. Since we fucked up right from the beginning, let's just go ahead and wipe them all out. And since we didn't let anybody in here to get it on camera, since we kept the press and every activist or anyone that was someone at least a half a mile away from the scene, we might get away with it. Yeah, they didn't get away with it. And they're not going to get away with it. They are not going to get away with it. Mark my words. Inglewood and Denver